Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. In the last part we finished off Agrabah, and now in this part we're going back to Traverse Town. Because in Agrabah we got the what did we get? Sorry, we got the torn page. And the torn page is one of, I think, 5? Yes, it's one of 5 that you can get. And you have to basically take it back to Merlin's house in order to access a new world. So that's what we're going to be doing in this part. It's going to be purely that world. I'm not gonna the first section of that world anyway. I'm not gonna say what it is yet. But what we're doing now is we're heading into the shop, the accessory shop here. Is it accessory shop? Yeah, it is. And we're using the Green Trinity there to open up, to go up to the top area, which holds this area. This is essentially the synthesis shop. This is where you come to basically create a bunch of stuff which you may need. So you're able to synthesize shit. Let's talk to him. What have you got to say? The ultimate weapon. So yeah, pretty much, in order to get the most powerful Keyblade in the game, which is called the ultimate weapon, yay, more Dalmatians. What you need to do is you need to make every single item available in the synthesis shop. So basically you'll get 6 to start off with, then it'll go to 12, and then it'll go to 18. Once you've made everything in the list, which requires a lot of grinding, I'm not going to be doing it, fuck that shit. Once you've actually got done all that stuff, you create the ultimate weapon, which is basically the most powerful Keyblade in the game. It is probably worth it. Not for a Let's Play. It is probably worth it for, working it, for the game. Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting to open that area up. But anyway, I would say that getting the ultimate Keyblade is worth it in the long run. But I also will say that in my 2 playthroughs, there is absolutely I've had no problems with beating the game. Sorry, I've had absolutely no problems beating the game with just the most powerful Keyblade that you can find without using synthesis. Which I'm trying to think. I don't know what the most powerful one is. And of course here we get new Heartless in the area if you want to fight some enemies. But yeah, I think the most powerful one that I ever used, I don't think it's the most powerful. I don't know whether it's the most powerful you can find. But the most powerful one I used was the Oblivion, which you get near the end of the game. And yeah, just getting those, getting the end game Keyblades without having to grind for the most powerful, the ultimate weapon is, you can still beat the game fairly comfortably, so it's no big deal. Ow. So I would say, it's nice to have, but you don't need to get it in order to beat the game. You can still beat the game really comfortably, without going out your way for it. But yeah, I've never got it. I don't need it. Plus, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. It will lengthen my recording time by about 20 hours probably if I wanted to go out my way to get it. So fuck that. At this point I'm saying fuck it, let's go, because we need to get to Merlin's house. Get to the mystical house and finish off this next, and get started with this world. Oop. And yeah, I always hate these jumps. They're always jumping and platforming is not this game's strong suit. Yeah, I was hoping here that I could access the yellow Trinity, but we haven't opened up the Trinity yet. I can't remember where we have to... No, you just have to go up to the book and you have to examine it. And you'll be transported into the book itself. Ah, isn't that perfect? Wow, this is a long load time. There we go. So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6. I think there's 6 pages that you need to find throughout the world. They're all fair. It's all fair. They're all fairly easy to get. To be fair, just look up a guide for them, and you'll be able to find them pretty comfortably. So yeah, it's an empty meadow. Let's take a look. Sure. And this is the world which I find the most dull. But it's still worth doing because this world has a keyhole which you need to shut. That's what you need to do in order to get to the final area and beat the game. And yeah, it's 100 Acre Wood. Winnie the Pooh land.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
And I think they did actually get the voices here, like all the characters from Winnie the Pooh.
Pooh?
My brain. The voice actors who did all those,
Your Pooh?
who did the voices in the like TV shows and the movies. They got them back for this for the game.
I'm sorry.
I can't remember the names at the moment.
To say goodbye to Pooh.
Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, this is the voice of Pooh from the original from the TV show and the movies. So
What do
that's
you
pretty
mean?
sweet that they may be able to get these
When I
guys
left
back.
here in
But I
the
guess it
Acre
wouldn't
Wood,
work
and we'd take
otherwise.
walks together, or play Pooh sticks. And every day,
Doesn't sound like the game I'd want to play.
one small smack of
Pooh
wood
sticks.
very quick right now. But
He wants honey, the fat
everyone's
bastard.
gone.
He always wants honey.
All my friends and my favorite honey tree too.
So yeah,
Everyone must have gone away while
pretty much the
I
point of
was
this game, the point of this world, is that you've got to help
So who knows?
Pooh find all of his.
Maybe I shall end up
You
going
got to find all the
somewhere
pages
as well.
and help Pooh find all his friends and find
How do I
the
say
honey tree
goodbye
again.
to myself?
Pretty simple. It's basically a bunch of mini games, which are kind of bland,
My tumbler is getting
but they get the
rather
job
old.
done. What the fuck? 100 Acre Wood. I do like the font of the text font which is used for the 100 Acre Wood thing there. It looks really nice. I also like the music used here, because it used like a variation of the Winnie the Pooh theme song from the cartoon. So it's kind of nice. It's certainly better than fucking Atlantica. Ugh. Don't get me wrong, I love the music in the Little Mermaid when I was younger, but to have a world which is just solely, I think it's nothing but, what's the name of it? What's the name of the song from Little Mermaid? My brain's gone. But anyway, yeah. So now you have to hit on the book, and now we've got to move on. But yeah, in Atlantica they just basically used the Under the Sea. That was the how could I forget that? They used Under the Sea for that, which is just like, why? Constantly. I mean, it's a nice song, but Jesus, gets on your wick after a while. But anyway, I think what have we got to do? Oh yeah, we've got to talk. We've got to go to the house. Go inside the house.
Oh, bother.
And there's
There's
Pooh.
no more honey left. If only the honey
You greedy
tree
bastard.
was it.
Think of something else other than food.
Eat my fill.
Right. I think there is a thing to get for here. Yeah. Examine this, and you'll get and there's a little thing to get. We got an elixir, which is nice. That'll be useful for the Atlantica boss fight, actually, or the first part of the Atlantica boss fight. That's kind of nice. That's kind of cool. But let's get out of here. Let's move on. Oh, hello, owl. Oh my god, this is extremely meta. So I can't tell you yet. Fine. This is pretty much, you can come here at any time to start the first, to start the 100 Acre Wood world. What will happen is that then you'll be like, okay, you need to go fetch some other worlds. You need to get the pages. It'll tell you to get the pages, and we've got one so far, so we can do the first one here. So let's get on with that. Oh, it's a bit of a pain in the arsehole. I'll tell you that much. This first one took me a while to get it, but once you do get it, it's fairly easy. I'll explain it more once we actually get on with it. We've got a bit of a cutscene to go through first. I recognise that voice. He's hiding in a log. It's Piglet. Hi, Piglet.
What am I to do? I'm all alone. Pooh,
Well, stop talking to yourself for a start.
where are you? It's me, Piglet.
So yeah, since we got the first page back, we've got Piglet back. My god, we're big compared to Piglet. Such a tiny little Piglet. Don't run away. You annoying dickhead. So now we have to try and find Piglet again. I think what I'm trying to do here is because each area, each page does have its individual treasure chests that you can find. So I think at the moment I'm just like, oh, the treasure chests here, I can't remember. And it looks as if there aren't any, at least in this first page yet.
I was just never mind. I'm sorry.
Alright. Sorry about what? Look at my feet.
Don't be
I don't know why they made that design choice with Kingdom
Pooh,
Hearts.
right?
All the main characters have massive feet.
Oh, Pooh.
Well. Bodes well for Sora in the future, that's all I'll say.
Oh, see, I have something for him. I have to take it to Pooh
Okay.
right away. Oh,
There he is.
Pooh.
There's the fat fuck. Hi, Pooh. You're back.
I believe I smell a delicious something. A something like honey.
Oh, for God's sake. Is that all you think about?
Hello,
That term was extremely weird.
How have you been?
Oh, I'm so glad
Mm.
to see you. I thought you'd gone away. I brought
It was the other way around,
what
actually,
you
Piglet.
asked for.
You'd gone away. You were stuck in a page.
Now I can finally have some honey.
Really?
I'm thinking of Kingdom Hearts 2.
I shall hold on to the
Sorry.
road.
What I was thinking of there was I thought that Pooh had forgotten who everybody was, but I think that's the 100 Acre Wood story, levels in Kingdom Hearts 2, where he kind of forgets who everybody is, and you have to try and complete the challenges and the mini games in order to give him his memory back. So anyway, now we've got to talk to Pooh, and let's get this mini game going. Well, I have a big key. So yeah, basically the deal with these is you have to beat them at least once. It doesn't matter really how easily you beat them or how difficult you find it or that kind of thing. You just have to, how good your score is basically. You just have to beat it to complete the game. However, if you want the hidden item, you need to get the best score possible in each minigame, which can be frustrating and annoying, which is why I've never fucking done it. Basically, they're just high, like rare items, like orichalcum and that kind of thing, used for synthesis, basically. or you can sometimes get like high potions or elixirs and that kind of thing. It's not really worth it for me, but if you want that kind of shit, yeah, have it if you want, but it really doesn't matter. So yeah, we have the rush command here. So essentially, yeah, okay. I'll get on with it now. Let's talk about it. So, what happens with Pooh here is he's going to go up in his balloon, and he's going to slowly float up until he gets to the first, hit it! Oh, you Sora! Yeah, it's popped. That was a bad start. So essentially he's going to float up to the first one that he can actually get to. The first beehive. What you've got to do is you've got to... Oh my god, this is going terribly. Yeah, you just hit the bees to keep them off Pooh so he can get as much honey as he possibly can. So you just basically have to keep an eye on where they are. And they can't... Fuck. I always do badly with this thing. So basically you have to just hit the bees. And the rush command will help you get up to Pooh quickly. That sounds wrong. But you get what I'm saying. So basically you have to allow Pooh to get to each of them. And you just kill the bees. Actually, I think if you kill the bees, I think it adds 10 honey to the total. So it is worth, getting rid of these assholes. And once you got the timing down and you know what you're doing, it's fairly easy to rack up a high score. I'm trying to think. I think to get the first time you do it, you won't get the item. You have to do it at least twice and get the high score again. I think you have to get over 120, I believe. I'd have to check, but I think it's like either 120 or over 120 or over 150 to get the item. But you have to do this. Like I say, you have to do it at least twice. With the second time, you gain a bunch of the honey. So it's just basically about not fucking up and just hitting the bees whenever they come along. It's simple, straightforward, and not that hard at all. It's kind of dull, actually. The other mini games I think are more interesting, mainly because all this is at the moment is me pressing the attack button, locking onto the bees, letting them get close, hit the attack button, and then bouncing back to my original tree branch. Not hard at all, but needs to be done. And I think we're almost... There we go. And so there we go, we're clear. We got over 200, which is nice. You fat bastard. So much honey.
It is rather funny what I will do for...
Oh my god. You could really tell that the honeycomb in the background is basically a picture pasted onto the background. Oh well. The torn page turned into a new item, and you get an item for each torn page you do. We got the Nature Spark, which is very useful. And I think that's it for now. Yeah, we've only got one so far, so we need to find another 4 or 5, I think. And then we can beat this world. It's a tedious world to me, but can't win them all. But you need to do it in order to beat every world in the game, so have to get it done. And now we leave the book. I think no, it doesn't. The cover changes right at the end. But we got the Nature Spark. So what we're going to do now is, which is another summon gem. So we're going to talk to the Fairy Godmother, and we're going to get our next summon. So let's talk. Let's help this little one. So we get our second summon, which is Bambi. not particularly useful. I don't really use the summons anyway, but this one is not that useful. But yeah, so that's it for this part. Join me next time when we'll be going off to the next world, which is a lot more interesting, hopefully. What would the next world be? I'm not 100% sure. I think it's probably Atlantica. Ugh. So anyway, I'll see you next time for the next part of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. See you next time.